Well, welcome back. Recording is working. Timer is a-going. Are you ready then? In that case, let's head to Palka's stand. No doubt Vitra is waiting for us. I should probably just fast travel. Rest easy, for all is well here. Young Matsuya returned with the babe safe in his arms. Owing to a warm bed, the girl hath already begun to regain her strength. Less joyously received was word of the mother and father's fate, as well as that of their transformed neighbors. How many children of Fafnir must we lose to this calamity? Mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, sons and daughters, every death, another void that can never be filled. We who survive them must carry the weight of their memory as we strive to regain a semblance of what we have lost. Korsaf and Mevin's babe is a child of Fafnir as well. I thank you for returning her to us safe. Oh, most grateful and merciful worm, I have not the words to express my gratitude. They say that were it not for you, brave Mitsuya, and the child would have been lost to us forever. Long have I heard the rumors that a mage dragon had forged a pact of friendship with the satrap, and never would I have expected such a kind and gentle soul. Truth in part, but not in whole. I am Vitra, and for years uncounted hath this isle served as mine abode. An island I have ruled over as satrap, with Avon as my loyal servant. Are my ears to believe you were the true satrap all along? Nahana, what are you doing here? I heard from the Radiant that you had gone to help the people of Palak's stand in their time of need, and so I and several of my colleagues from the Great Works came to offer our services. The alchemists have already brewed up some potions for Heaven's daughter. But enough about that. You and your role are the far greater enigma. If you were the true satrap all along, could it be that young Farshan was created to serve as your emissary? Thou dost suspect the boy was but a simulacrum? A rumor has circulated for many years about the High Crucible that our most skilled alchemists were once commissioned by the satrap's family in secret to fashion a mammoth indistinguishable from a living boy. Looking at Farshan and that knowledge, I simply put two and two together. I was not alone in drawing this conclusion, but like me, there no doubt recognized that the satrap was using the simulacrum to work more closely with his people and decided not to press the issue. I had always assumed one of his associates was manipulating it from afar, though the truth is indeed far more surprising. It is an honor to meet you in the flesh, Master Vitra. Pray allow me to express my gratitude. If you had not believed in and given us your scales, I do not know where we would be. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. 'Twas thou and thy fellow alchemists that fashioned the means to unmake the towers. You were the saviors not only of Rosset Han, but the star. Far too kind of you, Master Vitra. The star yet wants for salvation. Once more, we, with my colleagues and I, commit the knowledge of and resources at our disposal to the mission of aiding the people in their darkest hour. It would seem this place is in good hands. I would return to see how Ruzet fares. What will you do, Scions? I worry for the survivors we met at Perusa. Shall we pay them a visit before making our way back? In that case, might I ask a favor? Nothing too burdensome, I promise. This way. Need to simmer just a bit longer, I'd say. In the meantime, I was hoping I might ask you a few questions. The Red Sky, those terrible beasts, what in the name of the sisters is happening here in Thafnir? Oh my, that's rather a lot to take in. It would seem the situation is even more grave than we suspected. Thank you, friends. My colleagues and I will use your knowledge to see if it can further our own research. And with that, here we are, a pot of piping hot chai, brewed from our own secret recipe of spices and tea leaves, together with a hearty helping of rich milk and pure sugar. I made enough for everyone in the village. Might I trouble you to deliver a few cups? The drink has medicinal purposes, then. Not in the least. The ingredients are quite ordinary. It's so very tasty, though, and has a way of lifting the spirits. The spicy aroma and distinctive sweetness of chai is a simple, everyday pleasure on our island. Sometimes the best medicine is the simplest. A lovely sentiment, Nahana. By all means, allow us to assist. While you lot distribute hot beverages, I'll do a sweep for errant beasts to slay, as far less arduous task. No doubt, when you're finished, look for me at the wakeful Torna. Cabbage. Look at them all, lazing about, knowing full well the beasts might strike again at any moment. Do they not realize their lives are in danger? Well, I, for one, intend to survive. I'm too young to die. Well, I'll leave this island behind if I must. But where would I go? Is anywhere safe these days? A mug of piping hot chai brewed from aromatic tea leaves, flavored with Nahana's secret blend of herbs and spices, then mixed with rich milk. A cup of chai, can't you see I have more important things to worry about? No, you're right. It's precisely in times like these we must strive to remain calm and steady. I do believe I visit the Elder and see what needs to be done. If there is any way I can aid my village and my friends, I will do it. I guess no one in there wants any. One in here? No. Wait, I know you. You were the one who saved us from those beasts back at the temple. Were it not for you, well, let's not even think about it. At times like this, we mustn't dwell on what might have been, but look to the future. But what future awaits us? How can Ruzet hope to recover from this? Most of my friends are gone, and I don't know where to turn. A cup of chai. Well, if you insist. The aroma has a way of clearing the mind. Come to think of it, we've faced our fair share of trials in the past as well, and no matter how hard the times, we've always come together as a people united. One day at a time, one step at a time, for that is all any of us can do. Yes, back to work once I finish this cup, thank you. In here? No. And we started there, so must be somewhere up here. Why are there some set down bear traps on top of crates? I'm sorry, I just want to be left alone. My best friend and I, we fled the village together. One of those beasts took him, and it was all I could do to run all the way while I could hear this monstrous voice screaming my name. This is for me. We used to drink chai together often, shared stories over steaming cups after a hard day's work. Thank you, friend. The pain may never pass, but I must press on all the same, for his memory and for we who must remember. And then suddenly all these quests pop up. Thank you for delivering the chai. Edgar, did it help to lift the villagers' spirits? That is heartening to hear, indeed. The final days show no signs of abating, but that is all that more reason that we must try to keep our composure. Our lives have been forever changed. The people we have lost will never return to us. These tragedies will long weigh on our hearts. But we have the capacity to live with our suffering, to carry the agony till we too join the fallen in death. It is not a surrender, but a recognition, for it is only in acceptance that we find the strength to move forward. Now we gotta move the T over here and do that. As you have finished your deliveries, might I talk with you for a moment? I was curious to know what has become of Mevin and Parsef's remains. Thank you, friend. Surely they will be able to rest peacefully by each other's sides. I and the people of Palakistan will perform the rites as soon as we are able. As for the child, it will not be easy for her growing up without her parents, but I promise to do what I can. Once she is able to eat solid food, the fish I catch will help nourish her. Well, we finished delivering the chai. I do believe everyone has a piping hot cup. I could almost believe there's magic at work, how their tensions fade with every sip. Let us pray that Palakistan has seen the last of these transformations, at least for now. They are still at risk, as every village and Thafnir, like as not. Still, I trust we can leave this place in the care of our friends from the Radiant and the High Crucible. Shall we return to Razat Han? By all means, do not let us keep you further. There are still many who have need of your wisdom and strength to deliver them from this terrible calamity. And I will do what I can as well. I will bring rations and supplies from XIV. We have plenty to spare. Then let us find Estinian and be on our way. Where did he wander off to again? The wakeful Torna, near the bridge to Razat Han, as I recall. Very well, then. Alfredo told me everything. Full glad I am to hear the people are safe. Likewise, you will be pleased to know I found no evidence of lingering beasts in the jungle and ruins. 'Twould seem you finished off the last of them. Trying times you lie ahead for the people of Thafnir. Fortunately, they have a wise and benevolent satrap to shepherd them through. Speaking of which, I received word from Thancred not a short while ago. He awaits our return to the city on Elsda's path. Come. It is good to see you safe, given the skies. It's all too easy to fear the worst. I am pleased to report that we've succeeded in quelling the threats here in the city. The beasts have all been felled, and the citizens are safe for now. I've also heard from the Radiant that an important proclamation will be made in the city square. Though they said no more than that, might you have any idea what this is about? So Vitra is finally coming out from behind the curtain. I suppose we too should hear what he has to say. To make a duta then, but before that, it would appear the word of the assembly has not yet reached all the citizenry. If any along the way seems unaware, we best enlighten them. Are the beasts all gone? I've been hiding and I'm too scared to go out and look. Oh, that's a relief. I thought one of those beasts was going to eat me. I wonder where Farshan is. He's the slowest runner. I hope he got away. He could be with the other people from his palace. Maybe I'll see him in the square. Leave me be, please. I swear to you, my flesh tastes absolutely terrible. Oh gods, what are you doing scaring me like that? If we're not quiet, those beasts will find us. The square, you say? But that's where the satrap was killed. With my very eyes, I saw him crushed in the creature's maw. So many lives lost, such terrible carnage. And you say there is someone else who would lead Razadhan in his stead? Whoever they are, if they say anything to sully the memory of our beloved satrap, I'll make them regret it.
Look! Someone's coming!
People of Razadhan, it warms my heart to see so many brave, resilient souls before me. Today, I would share with you a great revelation. But before I do, I must make a humble request. Do not be alarmed, nor avert your eyes. See the one I unveil for who he is, and know that he means you no harm.
Very well. I dare say it can't be worse than the horrors we've already seen.
Many thanks.
A dragon!
Wow!
People of Radzathan, I am Vritra, and for years uncounted hath this isle served as mine abode. 'Tis as the Satrap's ally I am known. Today, I would reveal the truth unto you.
Let us hope they accept him.
If I am hearing this right, you were the satrap all along?
Vashan! I mean, Master Vitra, does your divine eye really see all?
Nay, child. While mine eye hath borne witness to the whole of our nation's history, to its future I am blind as thee. Countrymen, calamity the likes of which we have never known is come to Fafnir, our home. Friends and loved ones have been taken from us. I, too, have lost my closest confidant. Ahawan loved this land and served it with dignity till his dying breath. A nobler satrap there will never be. For so long, I lacked the courage to face you. I will not easily earn your trust, this I know. And yet, I cannot sit idly by and abandon Radzathan to her fate. A font of boundless vibrancy, this jewel of the ocean. Since time immemorial, hath she glittered with every color imaginable. To this dragon, slumbering in his dark lair, 'twas a mesmerizing sight, and one that brought no end of joy to my heart. This calamity hath stolen too much from you already, yet so long as you live, the light of Radzathan will never be extinguished. I pray you let me watch over it, over you, and lend me your strength, that we might face this trial and those to come as one.
I do not know you, dragon, but I thank you for speaking the truth to us. As divinities, both Manusha and Riga once joined together, so too do I believe that hand in hand, we can overcome this ordeal and welcome an era of peace.
A sight that would have surely brought a smile to Izel's face.
Indeed.
Excuse me, but I must speak with the Satrap at once.
Father!
You have suffered dearly of late, yet you must endeavor to look beyond these losses to the future you yet have. On behalf of the Forum of Sharlayan, I come with a proposal by which you, the people of Radzat-Han, might be saved. I say again, I must speak with your Satrap. I beseech you, take me to him with all possible haste.
I am Satrap here. Speak thy proposal. All present shall hear and judge.
If I have given offense, then I apologize. First, allow me to share with you what knowledge we have of the phenomenon responsible for your woes. The final days. 'Tis an affliction of stagnancy and rot, sown into the currents of the star. Though the first prominent manifestation was here, in Thavner, it will invariably spread to every corner of the world. The Forum was forewarned of this apocalypse several centuries ago. Thenceforth, my predecessors sought to prepare for the end times in the only conceivable fashion, by securing a means of escape.
Escape the star? What madness is this?
'Tis by no means madness. With the coming of the 7th Umbral Calamity, the true nature of the Red Moon, Dalamod, was revealed. That it was an artificial construct of ancient Alag. But what of the Silver Moon? This celestial satellite is yet another technological marvel fashioned and maintained by ancient allies. A ship that will sail the heavens and deliver our people from destruction. And by our people, I speak not only of Sharlayan. We mean to save every man, woman, and child it is within our power to save. Including you, our dear friends of Radzat-Han. Recent events necessitate adjustments be made, and quickly, but we can and will escort you safely to the moon.
Long has thy Forum been allies to Thavner. I trust thou dost not extend this offer lightly. Yet I wonder, is this truly the way? Is there a future to be built for us beyond this star our father deemed the last bastion of hope?
It is for that very reason I come before you and your people. To answer any and all of your questions. To offer my assurances and allay your fears. Though, if you wish the best for your people, I advise you to render your decision swiftly.
Show our friends to Megaduta. They are to be received as honored guests. Worry not. Whatever decision is reached, your paths shall be yours to decide. Until then, heed the warning of these brave heroes. Guard your hearts against fear and despair, for it is within such fertile soil that the seeds of blasphemy find purchase. Remain calm and attend to your daily tasks. I shall return anon.
do as you say, Master Vitra. We believe in you.
Oh, you're still here. What a relief.
Nidana, what's the matter? Has something happened at Palaka's stand?
Oh, no, not that I know of. I just hope to hear your thoughts on a theory of mine. All who undergo the transformation are drained of their ether, yes? What is it then that gives these beasts the strength to carry on as they do? Logically, they must be drawing upon an alternate form of vital energy. That put me in mind of our earlier conversation, when I tried to explain the essence which many confuse with ether.
Akasha. Yes, I remember. The unseen gift bestowed from on high. An energy influenced solely by emotion.
Yes, yes. In this instance, negative ones set Akasha into motion, thereby infusing the beasts with vitality. I posit this as the mechanism by which the beasts are born and sustained. Ah, do you still have that flower?
Well, not anymore.
If we accept that it once shone bright by drawing upon Akasha, influenced by the thoughts of those nearby, then fear, terror, despair, negative emotions so powerful as to suffocate it, permeated the air in this place. You must be very careful. The forces which drive the final days may be beyond our ability to perceive. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you like that. At any rate, I will continue my research into Akasha. Do temper your expectations, however. There are sadly few detailed studies upon which I may draw.
Formulating a new theory as you have is itself no small feat. I wish you well in your endeavors, and pray you take care.
Thank you. You stay safe as well, yes? Till next we meet. And we will meet again.
As far as we have come, and after all the horrors we have seen, there is still so much we do not know about the final days. Could it be, as Nahina said, that the cause of this phenomenon is beyond our comprehension? And if so, are we powerless to forestall it? Greetings, Honored Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I have a message from His Excellency the Satrap. Brave Scions, you have my gratitude for aiding my people, and this most trying of times. Alas, matters here at Megadutu prevent me from meeting you all in person. As a token of my appreciation, I have arranged for a feast to be held in your honor. May it nourish you in preparation for the trials ahead. Such as the words of Master Vitra, the feast he spoke of awaits you at Medin Mahain. Pray make your way there whenever your business here is done. I thank you for your kindness indeed. I was hoping we might find a place to discuss our new course of action. And that seems an ideal venue. To you, Edgar Magic, there is someone we had hoped to introduce to you in particular. While I am loath to detain you further, might you spare a moment of your time? Personal invitation, knowing full well your services are in high demand demand right now. This must be important. Worry not, we save some food for you, so take all the time you need. Thank you, friend. Whenever you are ready, please join me in Ethereum Plaza. I shall go on ahead. Oh. Oh, you're going to tell me we can attune to it finally. Access to the right, you see there has been restricted to a select few ever since the tower first arrived. We sincerely apologize for the inconvenience, but it was deemed too dangerous to permit the free movement of visitors at the time of emergency, a risk we could not take. In light of recent developments, however, the satrap has decided that such restrictions would only hinder our efforts to combat the final days. As such, I would encourage you to attune to the right before proceeding along the corridor. You must be wondering what this place is. You stand in the Hall of the Radiant Host, from where our leadership oversees all of Razat Han's military operations. Sundrop, our destination, lies just ahead. Welcome to Sundrop. But without further ado, allow me to introduce you to... Oh, so you're the famous Edgar Magic. Okay, I knew it's the moment you step through the door. You've the look of one who's walked through hell. Shrepta, please, you are speaking to the satrap's honored guest and a savior of our people. Can you not show a modicum of respect? What disrespect is there in paying a fellow warrior a compliment? We're all friends here, or will be soon enough. More formally, then, for the benefit of my countrymen, it is a pleasure to have you with us, oh great champion of Eorzea, sign of the Seventh Dawn, warrior of light, and all-around good egg, I'm sure. You've been to Kagan, where you have been seeing all sort of foreign embassies and whatnot. Well, we got them here in Razat Han too. Other lands send delegates to oversee trade and diplomatic dealings. Then there are military matters to discuss, which is why all these officers are standing here in Sundrop. I imagine you're more than familiar with each of the nations they represent, yes? We've got the representatives for Doma. Physical range. Ul'dah and Elamigo. Healer. Lamisa Lamosa. Physical DPS. I mean, not physical DPS. Melee DPS. Britannia, tank. But last but not, but never let it be said least, Ishgard. They're the eyes and ears and mouths that bridge the distance between Razat Han and their respective homelands. Magic, casters, DPS. We've used this brief respite to share the details of our plight with our overseas counterparts. And wouldn't you know it, all of their leaders requested a few words from you specifically. You're a man in high demand, eh? And so, would you mind regaling us with your own account? Indulge us before you indulge yourself. I thank you for the report. The conditions under which man are turned to beasts and the etheric anomalies you have observed, you have given us much to consider. It is concerning that the first transformation apparently occurred before the skies turned red, just contrary to what one would expect. Thankfully, the information you conveyed to Lucia upon your return from the moon has already proved invaluable. As soon as reports of the calamity here in Thafnir reached the Grand Company of Eorzea and our far eastern allies, our leader knew at once that the final days were indeed upon us. They began taking steps to assess the extent of the phenomenon's spread. Our agents were able to confirm that for the time being, the skies burn only over the Bounty, including this island and Corvus. Alas, that is of little comfort. All throughout allied lands, there have been reports of people transforming into hideous beasts, and apparently people's armor turning into trees. From what little we have learned, these incidents are similar in nature to the involving the merchant Kalzal. As was the case here, the victims underwent the change prior to the heavens being set ablaze. And so, where the burning skies have yet to manifest beyond the Bounty, the transformations do not appear to be subject to any similar restriction. If anyone anywhere overcome by despair can turn, then nowhere is safe. That's what the size of it. Speaking of which, we ought to give these creatures a name, don't you think? Here in Rutsadhan, we've taken to calling the things to, first to change, which tends to be the biggest blasphemies. A fitting name as any. To ensure clarity in future communications, we shall urge our comrades to adopt this terminology. Our leaders have taken measures to deal with the threat to the best of our abilities. Each nation has assembled their own group of elite soldiers to put down the so-called blasphemies and their spawn as and when they appear. At the same time, they are doing all in their power to put the people's minds at ease and prevent panic and fear from spreading. I said brave souls with the strength and fortitude to fell these terrible fiends are not easily found. Just so, and if it is for the very reason that we turn to you, pray lend your strength and help us to slay the blasphemies that plague our homelands. Now, you don't have to give your reply before dinner. I should also mention that each blasphemy seems to possess wildly different characteristics that works well against one may serve you poorly against another. So before you go rushing off to save everyone's day, have a word with the delegates. They'll tell you what to expect. And with that, I do believe our friend here has a feast to attend. Spare a thought for us while you're tucking into all the fine cuisine, eh? You have gained access to Roll Quest for Endwalker, a separate quest line and story. It's now available for tank, melee DPS, physical range DPS, magical range DPS, and healer roles. Take these quests, speak with any of the delegates in Sundrap, and agree to help the blasphemies that plague their representative homeland. Forgive Sorbet her rudeness. She can be a bit boisterous at times, but it's simply her nature. Anyway, my apologies for keeping you from your hard-earned rest. You will be rejoining your companions, yes? Do you know the way to the Mehane? Glad to hear you're becoming familiar with our fair city. You'll be pleased to hear that all drinks are on the house, so order whatever suits your fancy. And with that, I must return to my post. On behalf of all of the Radiant hosts, I thank you and your friends once more to lending your strength and courage to Razathan and our time of need. We shall endeavor to fight the good fight to the end, and we might honor of one's legacy and serve Master Vitra well. You have my word that your efforts will not be in vain. Well, it's going to be a while until Edgar gets to his, because we are going to be doing these. Well, the missing and delicate, I should say, is what we're going to be doing. I am not going to train up Edgar and all these and do them. But we will do them just for the EXP and the little benefits we get for doing them. Oh, Edgar, on behalf of the Admiral Boswin, I thank you for your many deeds in service to La Miss Lamosa. ... Has Edgar actually done anything for them? He's done stuff for Ulda. This made more sense with my character, because my character was a member of the Maelstrom. We have received troubling tidings that beasts akin to those that plague Razathan has been sighted in the Lenosian coast. The Admiral has mustered the Maelstrom in hopes of quelling the threat, yet there is much we do not understand about our foe, and as such, your expertise in this area would be a great boon to us. Will you help us? Excellent. The Admiral will be heartened to have your knowledge and martial prowess on our side, I am certain. Pray set sail for Lamisa, and soon as you are able, the secret tests at Maelstrom Command, Secretist at Maelstrom Command will apprise you of the details upon your arrival. Yeah, I wasn't planning on doing this, like I said. If Edgar kept doing the dancers, he would have just gone back to Doma. To be precise, where his home point is set to. But since, like, nothing ever goes to plan with this game, we're doing physical DPS. And long wait times. Our man in Razathan told us to expect you. I'll inform the Admiral of your arrival. Glad you could join us, Edgar. I only wish it were under better circumstances. The grave news from the bounty have not escaped our ears. I can scarce begin to imagine the horrors that you have witnessed there. It pains me to say the self-same hell has come to Velbrand. Fell beasts born of deepest despair have been sighted all throughout our island. Tell them what we know. The first report came a few days ago from one of our men patrolling Skull Valley. He spoke of a fearsome creature unlike any native to our shores. While we had our suspicions, it was only later that a connection to the final days was confirmed by a most unlikely source, the Sahagin. We've been treating their tempered for some time now, and many have made a full recovery. Owing to this, some factions are eager to improve diplomatic relations with Lamissa. It is one such faction that has provided the most comprehensive report in all their alarming detail. They speak of the most dreadful sights, their spawn brothers transforming into horrific beasts before their very eyes. Indeed, it is far too similar to the incidents in Rotzahan to be mere coincidence. If our assumptions are correct, the first and most formidable of the beasts, a blasphemy, as it was decided we would call them, prowls our waters as we speak. Fortunately, they've been no sightings of blasphemy within the city. Nonetheless, if we are to spare our people the horror that befell Rotzahan, the fiend must be dealt with, and quickly. Despite our investigative efforts, we remain very much in the dark as to the precise nature of the threat we face. We were to recklessly dispatch large numbers of troops. We run the risk of having our own men corrupted. You can well imagine the carnage that would ensue. As such, Admiral Veloswin has decided to keep those individuals to a minimum, those involved to a minimum, and lead the investigation herself. And I would have you at my side. What you say you? You have my thanks. We will depart at once to meet with our Sahagan allies and gather what knowledge we can, that we might devise a proper plan of attack. They are due to arrive at South Tide Gate soon. I'll go on ahead and wait for you there. My finger turning a little bit. There we go. Hey, it's itchy. Oh, so it was the Menicians who made the wall. I thought it was the Garleans. It will pass our agreed upon meeting time, but the Sahagan are nowhere to be seen. They did not seem the sort to break their word. This bodes ill. Let us leave this place to the guards and search Halfstone for any signs of them. Null is in danger. Quickly to his aid. Many thanks, Shorewalker. Pray tell, is my companion safe? The Admiral herself comes to our aid. Glad tidings indeed. You two have my boundless gratitude for saving my life. Let us quit this place before those beasts return. Everyone's still alive. Good. But not if we stay out here too long. Inside quickly. Thank you, my friends. Those ghastly beasts would have made short work of us had you not intervened. And yet, it brought me no joy to watch them die, for unbelievable as it may sound, until a short while ago, they were none other than our very spawn brothers. At first we thought them merely cursed, but our talismans and magics availed us not. Aye, 'twas no curse. 'Twas an evil like no other, innocent souls transformed against their wills into unholy beasts called blasphemies. Blasphemies. Pray, tell us more. This would be your area of expertise, Edgar. Turned into beasts by the power of despair. This is horrifying indeed. Thus far, the phenomenon here in Lenosa has been limited to the Sahagin. Why is that? I cannot say, yet I wonder if the crushing tide are involved in some way. I know not of this crushing tide. Word of them has yet to reach you, I see. It all began when the Indigo Matriarch, the queen of our kind, was stricken with a grave malady. Tragic as this was, there was one small solace. She was not fond of shore walkers, and so deprived of her leadership. More of my kind came to seek the wisdom and making peace with La Misalomosa. There remain, of course, those who would oppose our cause. They formed a group they call the Crushing Tide. Even now, they seek to summon the Lord of the world anew and consign all finless ones into the briny deep. However, they lack the crystals necessary to do so. Denied the power they crave, they can do naught but gnash their teeth in desperation. And you suspect these feelings of hopelessness are the cause of their transformations. Just so, those of our spawn brothers who turned into these beasts had been fraternizing with the Crushing Tide. Despite our differences, we cannot abandon our kin to such a cruel fate. Yet, we must be careful not to drive them to still deeper despair. Yes, we must consider this situation carefully, lest we bring destruction upon all our kind. Tell me this, are the Crushing Tide even now under Leviathan's thrall? If freed from their drowned state, might they not listen to reason? Were it only so simple, all but a few are long since cured, they walk this path of their own free will. In that case, they might be dissuaded from their present course. For the sake of our nascent alliance, we will do all we can to save your brethren. Fortunately, a most capable ally stands with us, for this man has bested many a formidable foe, including Leviathan. The great Edgar Magic in the flesh. Honored am I to stand in your presence. Together we will weather this storm and usher in a new age of harmony. This I swear. This is much to be done. For now, let us return to our homes and prepare as best as we can for the trials ahead. Shall we discover aught of value, we'll be sure to share it with you. I ask that you do the same. Indeed we shall. Until such time, I watch over my spawn brothers and pray that no more succumb to the change. Back to command. I almost want to set a timer for just the load times here in Mr. Lamosa. Looking back, thanks to you and all, I now possess a proper understanding of the challenge we face. Since the daunting task that lies up before us, we'll continue to cooperate with the Shahagan to learn all we can. Once we have located the best for me, I will have need of your strength. Till then, I ask that you remain at the ready. Clearly, the storm clouds have only begun to gather. And that will be it for this episode. I'll see you all in the next.